Well, hello there, brave little side quester. Welcome to the Nebula. Congratulations, this means that you have unlocked a rest point. This is true. You are now in a spot where you can stop, relax, and just decompress for a little bit. So side questers unlock rest points after they have worked oh so very hard and they've been leveling up their character stats, maybe doing their job, they're at work, or you're just existing, you're going about your day, just doing all of the important things, including your self-care or your executive functioning things, taking care of yourself, taking care of your home. All of that takes energy. So when you have spent all of the energy and your body needs some time to rest and recuperate, well, that is when you unlock a rest point. So before you initiate your rest point, we have a little bit of a healing potion for you right here that is going to restore all of your health stats. There you go, all yours. While you hold that and it's nice and warm and you drink it all up, what I'm going to have you do is, you come here, you are now in a little cloud bubble here with me, and while you are here, there is nothing to worry about, to stress about. We'll go back to the real world when you are ready to. There's a time and a place to go all the way back and get a move on, go back to farming all of that XP. But for right now, the importance of a little rest point like this is that sometimes it can be hard to, well, let go, especially if we're feeling anxious or we feel like we just can't. We can't take a break, we can't stop. So sometimes we need a little external reminder that it is okay to stop for a little bit. This is because there is no moral consequence for rest. You're not lazy, you're not unproductive. You are in a meat suit that needs it. Okay? It's very important. So, with that in mind, I want you to just take in where you're at. It is all nice and it is soft here, so you can just relax. Let all of the muscles in your body just let go. You can start from your forehead, untense, unclench your jaw. Yeah, and you carry all of it right through here. And just let it go. Your shoulders drop, and just breathe. That's right. You feel yourself start to get like a little bit sleepy, a little bit more relaxed, and that is good. That is okay. So while you're here, everything else just falls away because there's no consequence. There's no consequence for rest and coming to a safe space where you can decompress. All right? So you're just gonna let it be, okay? Now, all of the things that come to mind as you untense your body and your brain does that little like hypervigilant thing of like, but what if? But those things are, you give right here. That's right. Put them all forward, and I want you to leave them here. You'll get them back later. And I know they feel very heavy, but I'm not going to carry them either. We're just going to set them aside for the time being. That's right. So give them all right here, and I will hold on to them. We're going to put them over in this cloud over here. And you can collect it all on the way out, because I know it's all very important. It's your life, your relationships, your job, all of that stuff. But for the time being, there is a point where you put it down and you let your body come to a state of rest so it can be strong to go back. All right? Because when you hold it for too long, well, then it's hard. It's hard on you. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your brain. It's all very hard. And you are a soft, gooey glob up in that meat suit that's doing its best, all right? You may be a person. However, persons are just little globs of goop in a meat sack, and the goop's doing its best, all right? The goop is doing its best, and so we help out the goop. Yeah, that's right. It's okay, you can just take a little bit of time to breathe. And that can also be hard too. It can be hard to feel yourself enter a state of rest. You're like, oh, I haven't felt this for a while. And then it can be just, I don't know, a little bit grief-inducing to realize that you haven't had that safe decompression space for a while, and that's hard. And it's okay. It is okay to process that, and it is okay if it feels sad. All right? All of the emotions that happen when you let your body stop for a while, because if you've been in environments where you couldn't come down and you had to be on high alert all the time, well, it can be very hard because your brain is doing its best to take care of you. But being on high alert and watching out all the time, or even just feeling like you can't, and it's not okay to decompress for a while, when you actually come to a place where you are decompressing, that can be very hard, because then you have to be like, oh, I didn't have this for all of this time. Okay? But part of coming to our rest place and letting our bodies just drift away, well, that means that we acknowledge and we honor the part of it that feels hard and sad. Okay? Even if you feel angry about it, that's okay too. Sometimes our brains actually need to be upset and angry about loss of safe space, about lack of support. Well, for so many people, there are times where needs went unmet, because attention, affirmation, yeah, those are basic human needs. They are. And you are not weak. You are not lacking. You are not inherently undesirable if you have gone for a period of time without those basic human needs being met. That's right. Everybody knows that if you have a human, they need affirmation, they need validation, and they need attention, and they need to be able to be in a space where they can just let their body and their brain rest. Those are all very important things. Those come in a human manual, okay? So if you've ever felt bad about feeling a need for attention or affirmation, you don't need to, because that's normal. Human brains need those things, okay? How we go about obtaining attention or affirmation, those have their own guidelines with boundaries and consent, of course, and those are important too. But at a baseline, attention, affirmation, validation, and having space to come down and simply rest is still very important. You're important, and that is why these rest stops are here if you need them. Just little tools for when you don't really have a rest point available yet, or it's hard for your brain to let itself rest. That's what I'm here for. This little helpful side quest giver / rest point along the way. But when you're done here, you're going to go back to the real world, to the rest of it, and you're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. There's still going to be lots that happens that is hard, and there's still going to be things that happen that are too much. So when that happens, you can accept a rest point, or you can talk to somebody, because you're not a burden, all right? These little rest points, they're tools, but at the same time, they're also here to encourage you to seek out support if you need it, because it's valid, all right? Maybe it's family, it's friends, maybe it's advocating for yourself at work for more rest time. Maybe it's seeking out counseling or therapy if those are accessible to you. Of course, we know realistically sometimes the most effective supports are not always available immediately, but if they are accessible for you, it's okay to access them, and it's okay to talk to people in your life, because you're not a burden. You're basic human needs and your support needs do not make you a burden. That's why we advocate for ourselves. We use our voice to advocate for ourselves. So your voice is important. You're not too much, you're not too loud. Like I said, when it comes to advocating for yourself, getting attention, all of that, of course we respect people's boundaries. We do things in the healthy way. But even if in your own personal life there isn't necessarily somebody to talk to, there are also other supports that you can access in the meantime, and that's okay. You're not failing. If you're in a state where interpersonal connections aren't really available at the moment, or people aren't really listening, it doesn't have to be that way forever. And if you're there now in a place of feeling very alone, it doesn't have to be that way. It won't be forever, and you haven't failed if you've been in a place where you don't really have interpersonal connection at the moment. And if you want to reach out to external lines and supports, yeah, we will support that for you. Okay? You are valid in them. You haven't failed. Being alone is hard. Not having somebody to talk to is hard. Okay? Like I said, it doesn't have to be that way forever. And if you need support, it's okay. It's okay to ask for it. Alright? These little rest points, they can't fix things, and they can't save people. They're just here. They're just here to help you breathe for a moment. Okay? Just here to help you breathe and to tell you that you're important, that you're cared about, and that you are doing good. You're trying, and you're here in a rest point because you've been trying. Trying doesn't mean productivity. You might be like, well, not really. I have all these things and all these chores that I should have been doing, and I haven't done it, and I'm not doing as much as I should. No, your worth is not your productivity. Sometimes just existing, getting up and showering can be a lot. Existing is a lot. That's what I mean, like, I know you're trying. Sometimes just fighting to be here, to be present, takes everything that you have. And that's a lot. You're doing good. You're doing good. And you just being here and existing is you fighting against so many heavy odds. There's a lot of good in the world, and there's a lot of heavy. Okay? So, in the meantime, you can just be here, and you can just rest. If you let yourself relax here, there's nothing gonna happen. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Giving you a little bubble, just for a moment. You can breathe right now. Before I send you back, I just want you to take that in. That right here, right now, it's okay. You are okay. Yeah. You're all right. You are all right. You are okay. I can't promise tomorrow. But right now, you're okay. All right? And after I close your rest point, it's okay if you sleep or you go do something that helps you, like take a shower, maybe brush your teeth, do the hard self-care things that maybe you felt up to this point like they took so much energy. When we close the rest point, whatever it is your body needs, you can go do that. Maybe that means you go, instead of a nap, you go game for a little bit and do a low demand task like that. That's okay too. All right? Doing things intentionally because they make your brain is okay. It is okay. You are okay. And there's no moral failing for rest. Okay? Under capitalism and all of that good stuff, sometimes we do get pushed to perform and produce beyond our realistic capacity. But when you hit that capacity and you get burned out, because sometimes we get pushed to survive beyond the capacity. If you hit it, it's not your fault. It's not a failing. And if you need rest and you crash, you need support. You don't need to be shamed. You don't need to be guilted. You just need support, and you need space to be able to recover. Okay? And if you're struggling with something like chronic illness, and every day is just a spoons battle, constantly trying to do enough just to be here and function, I see you too. You're doing good. And you also deserve support. You're not a burden. And I'm glad you're here. I don't think you hear that often enough, but I'm glad you're here. You still have something wonderful to contribute. You're appreciated. And your value was not in the productivity that a body that's not struggling health-wise would have produced. Okay? You have worth regardless of the state of your health. You don't owe people a healthy body. You're the one existing in it. And you deserve support. You deserve affirmation and validation. And you deserve to be celebrated. With or without a healthy body, you still deserve to be celebrated, okay? So, you finished up your health potion there. I'm going to close the rest point, and I'm going to let you continue on with your day. I tell you, take care of yourself, be good for me, yeah. And I have a boop for you. Yeah, that's just a little buffer. Little buffer, serotonin, okay? And remember, do good things for yourself. Make your brain It's alright to pursue intentional serotonin and beauty and things that make your brain happy just for the sake of it. That's important too. Alright, so I'm going to take the bubble back. You just take a deep breath. You shake it out a little bit. And you can keep resting if you want to. Okay? I have to go. But this is all still here. You can just stay in the clouds until your rest stats have restored. Okay? And I will see you later. Bye.